Here are 3 ways for you to finance your next project without any money out of your pocket. I'm talking about acquiring or controlling the property and without actually using a penny from your own pocket. All right, you ready? Number 1, you could use a hard money lender plus using a personal loan. So what is a hard money lender? A hard money lender is similar to a bank, but they charge much higher interest rates and they close a lot quicker. So usually when you're going through a regular conventional FHA, these types of situations, they need at least 30 days. Sometimes it takes a couple months to close, right? But with the hard money lender, what you're able to do is show them all the information that's needed for the property, all their information that they need, and they'll be able to close within a week or 2 weeks. The benefit of using these folks is that they're just so much quicker than a traditional bank. And there's some hard money lenders that don't require a hard pull. A lot of them do, but some of them do not require a hard pull on your credit. So you could actually acquire a property without having to actually have a hard pull on your credit. So that's a hard money lender. You can look up a ton of those online. All right, so you'll take that hard money lender, and the reason why you would want to partner that with a personal loan is because they would only fund a portion of the purchase price. So it doesn't matter if you found a $500,000 house, if you're purchasing it for $100,000, they'll purchase it up to say 70% of what the purchase price is, and you have to come up with the remaining. So kind of staying within those confines of not using any of your personal funds, you can actually get a personal loan which is not tied to the property. So websites like SoFi or all these other companies out here where you can get a personal loan, you can get a personal loan, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, $100,000 personal loan, right? And utilize that towards the closing and the beginning of the renovation of your property, right? And so that's how you're actually going from not having any money in your pocket to having a hard money lender and having that additional source to bridge that gap to get that transaction. So that's number 1. Number 2, you could actually do a sub 2, which is a subject to, and take control of the property, right? To where you actually have control of the property. You had it deeded over to you, but the mortgage is still ongoing, right? And so what you'll do for that is whenever you're closing, because it does cost to get the subject to process going, you could actually borrow the funds for that transaction and for the renovation. So say if you have somebody that just has, $50,000 or whatever, $30,000, they could just let you borrow for the process of this renovation. You can get control, borrow the money to do the renovations. Once you sell the property, right, then you can either pay back that seller or you can have it on the front end as part of the closing to include, hey, I'll give you $5,000 to walk away, right? So that's what that process looks like. So again, breaking that down, you take control of the property, you borrow the funds needed to control it and renovate it, and once it's sold, then that's when you'll be able to actually pay back the person that you borrowed the funds from. All right, so that's number 2. Number 3, you could just use a private investor, a private lender, right? This private lender could actually allow you to borrow the funds for the entire transaction, buying the house all the way outright, right? And funding the renovations. And so by doing this, there's no money that's out of pocket, because there's some times to where they will actually start you off with the first draw. And that first draw, what a draw is basically the first initial amount towards getting the renovations done, right? So instead of just giving you the full $60,000 in renovations, they'll give you $10,000, and then you show that you spent $10,000, and they give you the next 10, and you just kind of go on from there. So that's those 3 processes. So just kind of run down through them again. 1, hard money plus personal loan. Number 2, a sub 2 plus borrowing all the necessary funding that's needed, which is closing and renovation. And number 3, a private lender to cover the closing and the entire renovation. So when I say closing, purchasing the whole thing to where it's fully in your name and they're just first lien holder on the property, and then you renovate that property. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you learned something in this video, go ahead and put in the comment section what you learned. Also, go ahead and like this video if you love the information that I provide to you all. Be sure to go ahead and check out the links down in the caption section, because I do love to give a lot of free gems and a lot of useful information down there. So again, thank y'all so much for watching. And if you guys have not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank y'all so much. I'll see you on the next one.